Hello, hello, and welcome to a new episode of Teddy's Haven. Well, more of a new recording session. We are now in summer. We have a little friend with us, isn't that nice? And it's actually been quite a while since we last played. Oh my goodness. Let's get to harvesting while we talk, as always. It's been quite a while since last we played because I have actually been on vacation. I have had. Have I talked to him? Have I done what I have to do? No. Okay. And hello. I went on vacation and was actually at a convention where I met a bunch of adorable people. I enjoyed myself very much. I came back 2 days ago, and since then I've honestly just been recording because, oh my goodness, there's so much to record. But yeah, that's what I've been doing, and it was amazing. It had super much fun. I still have the remaining of this week and next week left of my vacation, and then I am honestly gonna work for 2 more weeks, I believe it was. And then I'm heading off to Japan, which is quite exciting. I hope I have saved up enough over the past time, and there will also be quite a lot of events coming forward on my YouTube channel. Luckily, there's another one here. Not on my YouTube channel, on my Twitch channel actually, which is gonna be quite entertaining. Hello. Can I talk to you, Mr. Obril? Mining amount times 3. Oh, that is nice. So yeah, we've had a good time. I met some of my mods, that being X, who you probably by now know is my best friend. We went together, and then we met up with Ellie, or Green Knight as he is called on Twitch, who's one of my mods. There's missing one apple. And then we also met up with our wonderful Julius. So we've had a bunch of fun just hanging out, going to the convention, enjoying time together, doing silly things as we should all do sometimes. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are interested in hearing about it. That I don't know. It's mostly wow, my goodness. Every time it's a new jump scare. And it was quite nice to finally meet people, like, you know, get a face to the name, I guess. And let me tell you, they are all beautiful individuals. I have had so much fun, and there was so much laughter, so much positivity. I loved every second of it. I can highly recommend them. I will try to remember to post them in my information down so that you can all follow them, because they deserve to be given a shouty outy and be followed. They are adorable and wonderful people. Though Hex is currently not streaming, sadly. He is kind of in a situation where he can stream, which is fine. We all, of course, respect that. But as far as I heard, he will be back to streaming soon. As soon as he has the opportunity. There we go. Oh, hello. You kind of scared me there. Whoa, okay. The ninja doesn't want to be. The ninja bunny. But yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. It's been nothing too big, nothing too small. I've been enjoying my time. I hope you guys have been doing so as well. This will surely be a little bit more of a quiet, casual talking thing rather than a big one. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We of course are gonna do our harvests because we need to start building our stocks for the summer productions. And then we will see. Other than that, what has been happening in my life? I guess there's not much that's been happening. It's been kind of the same old, same old. I am currently in a situation where I am lucky enough to say that I'm not stuck in a heat wave, and I am not, like, you know, I'm on vacation. I am currently not stressed. So it's all going relatively nice. The last days of work were, of course, like the last days before a vacation, they are always long. It seems like you're working overtime despite you not doing so. So it's always the same. It's like, oh no, when will this end? But honestly, it was very nice to finally go home and be able to enjoy the vacation. As of, I believe, yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I've been a full week on vacation and I am not mad about it. Can't wait to spend a little bit more time at home. That is surely needed. And then eventually I will move as well. So that's gonna be a few busy days coming ahead. So I'm trying to mentally prepare for that. Just trying to do we maybe want to try some fishing? We can try that in a bit. So yeah, and then, you know, currently also just there isn't too much negativity in my life right now, which I'm really grateful for. I see a lot of people on like X, on Instagram and stuff, that there's a lot of like drama going on, but I'm happy that I can say that, you know, I'm not part of that. Luckily, I generally try to keep myself out of drama. The only things that happen to me are like personal interactions, like when you're talking to friends and you don't agree to a thing or stuff like that. That's what I'm doing. So I try to like keep out of that. I am not a person that likes drama too much. I understand why people like get. I guess I understand the fascination about it, especially if you're like from an outside perspective, because there's just like the thing that like, oh, you can spy in a sense of another person's life and be like, you know, most humans like judgmental things, so they like to judge things, and it's often a reflection of their own life. So, you know, if their own life is either boring or they have way too many problems, then they often like to focus on other people's life because then they don't need to focus on their own. And that is honestly very, very understanding. I don't judge anybody for like focusing on drama and looking into it, though I wish there was less of it. Especially in the VTuber community, it just feels like there's always something blooming up. And, you know, it's as easy as taking something out of context. Where you're just like, that's not how it went, and then the internet just fuels it up. Sadly, stuff like that can destroy people's lives, so, you know, if you're one of them people that is interested in drama and likes looking into it, I must admit that sometimes even I look into it being like, wait, is this actually true? Did this actually happen? Like, you know, you get curious. And the only thing I can recommend is to not spread some false information. Don't spread anything you don't have evidence on, for example. That is always a good thing. Because if you don't have evidence, then the chances are big that it didn't happen that way. There's always a chance that there's just some misinformation, miscommunication going on. And it's always like a way to double check. Like, I can take an example of my own life where I hope that person is okay with me sharing this. You're okay with me sharing this. Okay, good to know. Where a close friend of mine, he finally got a job after being a while without, and then after 3 days he just messaged me being like, hey, I'm without a job again because I hurt my wrist. And it was just a situation that I didn't understand, because to me, from the outside perspective, he had been, you know, from even before he had his first day, like when he got the job offer, he was like already like, oh, I don't like this job. I will not like this. This will not be a forever job. This will be bad. I will not enjoy this. I will quit as soon as possible. Right. And then on the first day, he was like starting to be like, oh, I don't want to do this job. It's a shitty job. It's like hard labor. And I get that. Hard labor is not for everybody. And then suddenly on the third day, he went like, oh, yeah, I had to go like from the job because I've hurt my wrist. And for me, like looking from the outside perspective, that was kind of weird, because it was like, okay, you suddenly, like, you don't just hurt your wrist, right? It was something that was kind of chronic, and I was like, hey, this is not okay. And in my head, he was like, okay, he must have. That was my fault, completely my fault, that I totally misjudged him there. Where he was like, oh, I was just convinced that he just tried to get out of work. So I texted him. That was like while I was away, and I couldn't really like have a talk with him. So I texted him being like, hey, I'm kind of disappointed you lost your job. And that's when we called each other and talked about it, and he explained to me that no, it's something chronicle. It isn't that he tried to get out of work. He genuinely tried to do the work. And that he has said himself that it didn't work out. And I was like, okay, then I get it. But it was like the situation from my perspective it just felt wrong. And that's when I was like, right? So that's how drama or like misunderstandings happen. It's just one person that doesn't look into it fully. And I could have been like, been like, okay, whatever, and then not cared about it. And just being like, be mad at him and keep it at that and judge him for losing his job without really like getting into the details. And I could have made a Twitter post about it, but instead I actually searched for a communication and being like, hey, this, I don't think this is all right. This is my type of view. Do you have anything to say, or is this how it happened? And when he told me that no, this is not how it happened, I was like, okay, I understand that. And of course there's a big upset there, because if you lose your job, it's not always easy to know what you do after. And I felt genuinely sorry for him. If that person is comfortable with sharing who he is, then I will let you guys know and post them down in the video description so that you maybe can go and support him, because right now he is a streamer as well, and streaming is indeed his only income. So, if you guys want to support him, I will ask him if that's okay. And then we will see. Um, but yeah, there's like I always try to see like different perspectives. I always try to like look into it. Of course, I'm also just a human. I make mistakes. Yes, that is normal. But firstly, I stand up to the mistakes I do and I try to fix them if I can, if I'm allowed to. And secondly, there's also the thing that, oh, where's the you just firstly you always have to forgive yourself because mistakes happen. Mistakes will always happen, and no matter what, you won't be a perfect human being. There will always be somebody that is, disliking you. There will always be someone that is giving you a tough time. But in the end, you're the one that needs to look into the mirror and be happy with yourself. And if you can't do that, then you need to change something. And that is actually something I had to learn myself, that if you really are willing to change, there's always somebody there helping you. Yes, you have to do a bunch of the effort yourself, because only you can change. Nobody can change you for you. But if you are willing to search for help, despite how hard the situation might be, there's always somebody there who's willing to listen, who's willing to help you look into a problem. And honestly, sometimes that help might even be surprising because you don't expect it from that person. But then it's nice to know that you're getting support, and the support can be in what ways whatsoever. If it's like, it depends a lot on what you are facing, but it's not like, oh, I can, if you are deep in debt, nobody can come and give you like $1 million and you live happily ever after. That's not how it works. But if it's like, most people have money problems, and just having somebody there that is like, okay, let's budget, let's set up a plan, let's, face those hardships. Or most people have or if some people or most people have problems with, like, work situations or being social, then that can help too, being like having somebody there that is like, okay, well, what is your next step, what is your goal? Mental issues are also a big thing, where you sometimes just need somebody that looks from an outside perspective, being like, okay, what do you want to reach during, like, with this? You're, just ensure that you are not alone, or and for example, that you get help getting a therapy session, or somebody that just, honestly, sometimes that just gives you an ear to listen if you have to. Of course, it's hard to find a good way. I've also seen situations where somebody has reached out and given their kindness, but they gave too much at one point. Let's just say it like that, I guess. Where, the kindness was taken advantage of, and or not advantage. I wouldn't say advantage, but where it was taken, like, whenever something happened, it was just that one helping person, and that eventually, like, wore down on the helping person as well. So either, like, if you are the one helping or if you are the one needing help, make sure that there's a good balance of things. Make sure that there's not only one giving and the other receiving, but that there's a mutual, like, help. And help can be in what way whatsoever. It can be like rarer. It can be like so much that one maybe needs to have somebody to listen to their problems in order to be able to handle them a little better, and the other person might just want a gaming partner, right? It is as simple as that, and then you just, like, have a nice fun time playing games, and enjoying the time together